enter your subconscious or decide to make the decision to go beneath the surface.
Yeah, I want to ask a few things about your upcoming single, You and Your Heart. Do you recall the first moment that you thought of that sentence, of the title, of the first line that you wrote down for the song?
Yeah, the first thing I had was the guitar part, the line that is the and the line didn't feel all that much by itself, but then when I put it with the guitar chords, it had some quality I liked because the guitar line actually kind of follows the, instead of being the root notes, it's the thirds, and so when it was added with the chords, it felt there's some kind of little magic there for me at least. And
where did you wrote it? Do you know it?
Can't remember the first place I wrote it really, but it was just sort of around the house or something. And then the first time I started getting the lines, for a long time it just felt like horn lines. I would just go da da na 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 na. I would just do that a lot with songs where I just have a melody for them. And then at some point when I'm just out and about during the day, or it could be surfing or anywhere, all of a sudden a line comes into my mind that follows that. It might be, you lay there in the street like broken glass reflecting pieces of the sun. So I got that one line. I think that was the first line I had about, I think I just read somewhere some ideas about the shattered king and it being shattering, and just the idea of glass in the street and stuff kind of was this imagery I liked. You lay there in the street like broken glass reflecting pieces of the sun, but you're not the flame. I guess the idea of that line for me was a person, you know, anybody who's coming at a situation by trying to know everything, and so the idea of saying that you're reflecting pieces of the sun, but you're not the flame. It's like you have some of this knowledge, but it doesn't make you all-knowing, you know. And so I kind of like that concept, and then it went from there.
That's what it's about, the core of the song for you.
Yeah, or just I guess that's just a symptom when somebody has that mentality that they're kind of attacking in a situation instead of being willing to take things in too. I think it's when you're not trusting your heart and you're going a little bit too much off of what other people think, you know, not as much being compassionate.
Is the you a certain person, or is it just a general
No, I mean, I
thing?
think me is as much me as anything. It's a lot of times I'll say you to make it easier to write, but it's about me, you know. And so it's just about everybody.
You said the record was also a bit of a journey to the center of yourself in a way. Is this a song that is a part of that, discovery of your soul?
Yeah, I think so. I think all of them in a way, even if they're third person. It's kind of like when you interpret a dream, everything in the dream is you, even the other people that you might feel are attacking you, that's still you in the dream. And I think it's the same with the songwriting. As much like even when you're pointing your finger at somebody else, they say you have 3 fingers pointing back at you, and it's always kind of true. So, yeah. So I think all the songs in some way reflect my thoughts.
Can you give an example of one song, especially on this album, that is about something you discovered recently about yourself or in your surroundings?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess the title of the album is To the Sea, and for me, I guess the ocean is always this place that I go when I need to kind of find balance in my life again. And it's always a place that I'll take my kids to discover things, whether it's the first time they can actually put a mask on their face and go underwater, and then they get to see a fish swimming by, or these real tangible things that actually happen in life. But reading about mythology recently, I read that when you interpret myths or dreams, that water represents the subconscious. And so the idea of going to the sea for me became this double meaning of not only physically the imagery that comes with whether it's sailing on the album, there's some references to leaving the shore and going off. And those are real things that I do find very important in my life, you know, going to the ocean, but also the idea of the ocean representing that water, which is the subconscious, and diving beneath the surface once you get to the ocean. So to get to the sea, I guess the idea is there is just is being able to at least get to that point where you can enter your subconscious or decide to make the decision to go beneath the surface.